Welcome in again, caterpillars. We're ready to make that transformation into beautiful butterflies. We're going to do another neck and shoulder release video here. This is only going to be 10 minutes because all you need is 10 minutes of yoga a day. I have made 2 other videos pertaining to releasing the neck and shoulders. So you can either do this video separately, or you can add this to the second part, or add this to the end of the second video that I made. And then in total, that should be about a 30-minute class. Again, each video you can do individually, but if you wanted to do a longer class, just tack this one at the end of part 2. We're gonna go ahead and get started standing once again. So bring your feet hip width distance, and then let your hands settle in by your sides. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. We'll start with some grounding breaths here. Clear the air from your belly, chest, and lungs. Now take a deep inhale through your nose, fill your belly all the way. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more like that. Deep inhale through your nose, fill your belly. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more just like that. Deep inhale through your nose, fill your belly. Let it be your longest and your deepest breath in yet. Open mouth, exhale. Continue to breathe freely here. Start to blink your eyes open if you have them closed. And we're going to go ahead and get started. On your first inhale, chair pose. Sit your hips back, bring your weight into your heels. And for the sake actually of this class, let's bring our arms directly in front of us. Keep the tension away from our neck. Lower the tension in our shoulders. And still utilizing our glutes to maintain the bend in our legs. So think somebody has their hands wrapped around your hips and they're pulling them back and then down. Squeeze into your glutes, push into your heels at the same time. Take a breath in where you are here. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Your legs stay exactly the same, just your fingertips swoop behind you. Now lengthen through your fingertips to broaden through your chest, and then squeeze that imaginary beach ball in between your palms, lifting up through your pinky fingers to engage through your triceps. On your next inhale, chair pose, arms come forward. Exhale, crescent moon. Step your right toes back. Lower your right knee down to your mat. And pause here for a breath. Now, we want to stabilize our pelvis, stabilize our hips here. So, option to either walk your left toes to the left side of your mat to give your hips a little bit more space, or engage through your adductor muscles. These are the muscles of your inner thighs that support balance. So, energetically drag the heel of your left foot in toward the knee of your back foot. Take a breath in here. On your exhale, form an expansion grip behind your spine. So interlace your fingers behind your back, pull your knuckles down the backside of your right thigh, look up, reach up, squeeze your shoulder blades in between, or squeeze your shoulder blades together. Kind of like there's an imaginary pencil in between them. Really open up through your chest here. Take a breath in. On your exhale, forward fold with expansion grip. So push into your left heel, step your right toes to meet your left, and then hinge forward over your hips, bringing your knuckles up toward the top of your mat, and really squeezing your shoulder blades together. Now, if this is a lot in your upper back, or a lot of tension in your neck, or it just doesn't feel good at all, go ahead and just lower your fingertips down to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come either to your shins or to your thighs. Avoid your knees. Pull your shoulders back. Push your tailbone back and send the crown of your head forward. Your hips should always stay stacked above your heels here. So bring a little bit more weight toward your toes. Breath in. Breath out. High plank. Plant your hands. Step your feet back and widen your feet to the bottom corners of your mat. Nice and wide here. This would not be a shoulders and neck class if we didn't build any heat. So we're going to build some heat in our shoulders. Push the ground away. with the heels of your palms. Separate your shoulder blades away from one another. We're going to take shoulder taps here. So person to your right palm, lift your left hand to your right shoulder, and then switch sides. Trying to keep our hips as stable as possible. So if your hips are swaying a lot side to side as you tap, we want to avoid that. Either widen out your stance or drop down to your knees. We're here for another 4. We're here for another 3. Yes, you can. Final 2. And 1. Inhale, reset, just high plank. Exhale, inchworm to the top of your mat. Inhale, slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. We're going to do it all again slow on the other side. I'm going to turn this way. Inhale, chair pose. Bring your arms directly in front of you. Point your glutes down and back. Weight comes into your heels. You should be able to see all 10 of your toes all over your knees if you look down. Breathe in here. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Swoop your fingertips behind you. Squeeze that imaginary beach ball and flip your pinky fingers up towards your ceiling. That way we know our triceps, the backs of our arms, are engaged, and our upper back is also engaged. Breathe in, come back through chair pose. Arms forward, sit your weight even deeper into your heels. Exhale, crescent moon. This time your left leg steps back. Your left knee lowers down to your mat. Now, I'm already sweating. Think mountain pose in your upper body here. So your your shoulders are nice and broad with a little bend in your elbows. There is a straight line of energy from the crown of your head all the way down to your tailbone. So your shoulders are stacked directly above your hips. On your next inhale, create an expansion grip behind your back. So interlace your fingers. Bring your shoulder blades together, lift up through your heart space, but keep a slight tuck in your shin to lengthen through your cervical spine, the back of your neck. Either walk those right toes out to stabilize your hips, or actively drag the heel of your right foot in toward your back knee. Breathe in, expand your chest even more. Exhale, forward fold with an expansion grip. Big transition here. Stay heavy in the heel of your right foot. Step your left foot to meet your right. Hinge forward over your hips. Either keeping that expansion grip and sending your knuckles forward, or releasing your fingertips to the top of your mat. Breathe in here. And breathe out. On your next inhale, find a halfway lift. Release your fingertips if you have that bind. Hands to shins or your thighs. Good. Pull your low core in, and then bring weight even into the 3 pillars of your feet. So that's your pinky toe, your big toe, and your heel. Take a little bit in your knees. You do not have to lock out your legs. Breathe in. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands. Step your feet back. Widen out your stance. We've got 4 more shoulder taps here. Yes, we do. Let's get it. Here for 4. Hips stable for 3. Stay strong for 2. Stay strong for 1 more. Inhale, come through high plank. Exhale, ragdoll, or rather inchworm to the top of your mat. Slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Head and neck come last. We're going to flow that breath to movement on each side, starting with our right. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, crescent moon. Step your right toes back. Lift your shoulders to stack above your hips. Now create that expansion grip at the bottom of your glutes for the next inhale. Exhale, forward fold with expansion grip. Inhale, halfway lift, release your grip. Exhale, high plank, no shoulder taps here. Take an inhale here. Exhale, walk to the top of your space. 1 more go around. I'm going to flip sides. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, crescent moon. This time your left toes step back. Your left knee comes down to the mat. On your exhale, create that expansion grip. Inhale, chest expansion, open your heart toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold, dig into your right heel, step your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, inchworm to the top of your space. Slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. You made it to the top and to the end of your class. I hope you broke a little bit of a sweat just like I did. Again, if you have any questions or comments, or if there's something specific that you would like to work on, I love using my students as inspiration, so feel free to shoot me an email or leave me a comment below. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining me. Goodbye.